Hi everyone, it's week 3, so it's time to let the cat out of the bag with respect to grades. No doubt some of you are wondering about your grades. Well, hey, surprise, good news. You all got full credit for the first 2 weeks, so long as you completed the assignments, even if you turned them in late. That will no longer be the case starting this week. We're going to be giving penalties for late assignments, but let me just sketch it out how it works. Grades work like this. For the first 2 weeks, you earn points for participating. I don't tell you that up front because I don't want anyone to slack off. For many students, this class is the first time they've interacted in an online classroom. Sometimes that's disorienting. Sometimes this is the first formal education you've had in years. You know, you've had a successful career as an engineer, and now you're looking to come back to school and join the ministry. Or you've been in ministry for a long time and now are deciding to get a degree. And so, you know, getting back into the rhythms of school can be difficult. And for some of you, especially those of you, you know, we have some in these classes that are overseas, and this is the first time you've engaged in formal education in English. The point being that the first 2 weeks are, you know, there are a couple weeks of grace. You get your bearings, and that's fine. The good news is you all have full credit, so carry on. You'll get well, yeah, keep up. Now, okay, so beginning this week, you will be submitting your REA, Research Essay Assignments, as doc or PDF files. I prefer doc, Microsoft Office docs, because it's easier for me to provide inline comments and feedback. You're going to be submitting those within the REA3 module, so there's a place where you can actually click Submit, and then you upload your file. Now what happens is, next week, I'm going to grade them, and I will resubmit them to you with a numerical grade out of 100, so between 1 and 100, and you'll be able to view them in the REA folder, and you'll be able to have access to them by more or less midnight on Mondays. So 11:59 p.m. Monday, I try to have everything in. Sometimes it goes a little late, you know, kids and whatnot, but my goal is to have them back to you in 1 day. You're going to get a lot of feedback, and that's probably the most helpful thing for you in this course. You're going to get very, very detailed. I don't have TAs just, you know, looking over things. No, I really do care about the stuff that you're turning in, and I want you to succeed in grad school, so I want to give you every opportunity to do that. It's not uncommon for you guys to score low in the REAs, especially at the beginning. But there's good news, because I will always allow you to resubmit to get up to an 89%, so an 89 out of 100 on any assignment. So if you're not pleased, feel free to go back to the drawing board, take into account the feedback that I give you, and resubmit, and you will get up to an 89. I won't give you higher than that, because I want to reserve that for the students who really put the time in and excel the first time around. But that means that it's very, very difficult for you not to succeed if you put in effort. Even if you've achieved as low as a 10 or a 20 out of 100 on a research essay assignment, you're going to get the feedback you need. You can reattempt the assignment. You can get up to a B+. As far as forums go, forum posts and responses are graded either as complete or incomplete. There's no A, B, C, D, any of that. Really, I want to keep the forums as much like a conversation as possible. So if you're discussing and you're thinking, you're going to succeed. I'm not going to give you official marks. What I will do is I do browse, and I check through, and I try to at least comment on everyone's post at least once a week. Sometimes that happens, sometimes it doesn't, depending on you know, how things are going. Nevertheless, I do kind of look around, and I have a Moodle gives me the opportunity to check in participation and see how everyone's doing. If somebody's lagging behind, you're either not getting your posts in on time, you're not doing your posts, or your posts are really, you know, not demonstrating a whole lot of engagement or reflection, I'm going to email you. It'll be private, and I'll say, hey, look, you know, I've noticed this. Please, you know, bring it back in, and then you're going to have, you know, the opportunity to get back on track to receive full credit. Now, as I've mentioned in course questions, you will receive a bump at the end of the quarter if you need it, and I see that you've, over the 10 weeks, have really put the time in to interact with people and be reflective and engaging. Sometimes it's the people who say, outlandish things, but they're serious, and who are, not just outlandish for the sake of outlandish, but because they really thought about something and they've had an insight. Those are the kinds of things that spur dialogue and questions, and those are all good things. And if I see that you're out there and you're, really putting time in and effort, and you're really trying to engage with fellow students or with me, yeah, that's going to help you out at the end of the quarter. Now, all of this is to say that this course is designed from the ground up to give you every opportunity to succeed. I have a great track record of students succeeding in my courses, and that's because my job here is I don't have like a list of facts that you need to learn in order to say that you've done it in ST511. The only thing that I'm looking for is curiosity, engagement, and then on the academic side of things, the ability to craft and work through a competent research paper. That's it. And I believe that every single one of you can do that. And I'm going to give you all the feedback you need as we go along in order to achieve what you're seeking to achieve. So if you focus diligently on developing your research project, you make changes and adjustments to your work in accordance with the suggestions I give you in graded assignment feedbacks, beginning with this week's REA3, you are certain to develop the skills you need to excel in a graduate level education, which means carry on. You're doing well. Don't worry about your grades. Start worrying about them next week. All right. See ya.